Slam, King of the Desert, round of 16 coming your way. And let's take a look at the Civ bans and drafts. That's again the wrong file. So what is new this time? We don't only have our 10 pick civilization, but also we start with 2 bans here. And it seems like Slam and Melkor both didn't want to play a lot of Meso civilizations. Surprising that no one picked Incas though. And no one also picked Malians. And we see very special picks here: Britons, Vikings, Celts. I'm kind of surprised what we're seeing here, and very much looking forward to the strategies that are ahead of us in this very promising series, I have to say. And yeah, let's see what they can offer. We have Slam, starting with the Indians here, and playing the blue color. Left hand side all looks pretty solid. Big gold spots, kind of close, wallable, reasonable wood spot, and defensive berries, defensive stone. Should be a pretty solid defense against a potential forward, which I'm not really expecting out of his opponent, which is Matthias playing the Berbers on the right hand side here. Wood a bit further away, nice defensive berries, but the gold spots aren't looking too great. This one is kind of reasonable. Main one pretty open though, although could be walled. Well, not the greatest wall spot. So both not with the best maps, not with the worst maps. And yeah, chat, now it's your time to give me some predictions here. Slam against Melkor. Melkor won against KotD in his round. And yeah, that was one of the biggest surprises. On the other side, we had Slam winning against Spring, who came up with some crazy strategies, but, well, didn't show his true 2.3k skill. And 3-1 in the chat for Slam. That's exactly the prediction I would have gone for as well. You'd think Berbers are overrated since they won 6 out of 14 games in first round. Well, what do you mean by overrated? 6 out of 14? Like, first of all, 14 is a pretty random small sample size. Then you have to see what civilizations they faced, if they got out-countered. And for example, if you consider them to be like Civilization 3 and they always played against 1 and 2, then they perform pretty well. So just seeing 6 out of 14 doesn't really say much. Need to see against what civilization, what are the other options, what were the picks. And yeah, Slam will choke 2-3. Interesting. But well, 6 out of 14 means it's somewhat a reasonable pick, right? So if it's like the 4th pick, you're happy with 6 out of 14? If it's one of the first 2 picks, you're not happy with 6 out of 14. It's pretty random. It's you can do a lot of nitty math around that, but we can also focus on the game because we can see Slam is going for a rush here, and the scout of Matthias is safe for now. Looks like a pretty standard start here with Matthias as well. 4 on wood, 4 on berries. And let's see what Slam has in store for us. Matthias now going for Loom. I'm kind of expecting him to go for Scouts. Oh, well, we'll take that back. I'm expecting a Tower Rush, which will be pop 22. And let's take a look. He did scout Slam. Didn't scout the wood. Saw the rush. And, well, let's see what he's trying to go for now. So 4 on berries, 4 on wood. I think you need to change that a bit. You don't need a full 6 on food. So we can see pop 22 against pop 23 after Drush. So Slam playing this pretty strong economy here. And Zeus is running around. We're trying to find a sneak over here. It's completely unscouted so far. Let's take a look in the point of view of Slam, who's now trying to come over with his Drush. Let's take a look how Matthias is reacting. Should get the quick walls up here. Yeah, shouldn't be too tough. And Slam should be worried. This guy only had 3. Wait, let's take a look if he gets a block off. 18 HP, and remember, only 3 villagers can actually shoot arrows here. And yeah, Slam should be pretty surprised here. Only 3 villagers from 1 wood spot. What is going on? And the surprise placed behind his base. Let's take a look at the resources of Slam. 400 food and 40 gold. That's a pretty solid start here. Second lumber camp around for him, and he still didn't scout that area. On the other side we have 1 tower built, 2 towers built, and they're pretty far away from each other. Are we getting repair off here? And first tower is out. Now we can see Slam with the counter tower. What does he see? He kind of knows about this one. Okay, now a defensive tower, and this looks a bit like Matthias could have a chance here to get his tower up, but it looks like Slam's tower will go up as well. And then I believe, since we have 2 towers up here, shouldn't Matthias be in a better spot? He can just fight down the tower, and Slam can't. It's out of range of the TC as well, so just go for the fight. Could be the option here. At the other time, he needs to take good care repairing that. I don't think why Matthias isn't fighting this. Looks like he's a bit unexperienced here when it comes to tower rush. Isn't that a dream scenario? You have a defensive tower, he doesn't. And he can just fight his tower down and he can't really react. Needs to take a look here, Matthias, but is super aware of it. One more arrow here for Slam means he is winning the fight at the moment. And now he's going for the tower. Let's take a look, villagers coming over, and indeed, Slam is losing his tower. Matthias keeps this, but he could have done that so much earlier. Oh, that could be in range of the GC. Yeah, it is. And yeah, he needs to leave that tower ASAP, or he will lose some villagers. Needs to micro back, 1 down. That wasn't a great start. On the other side, nothing happens, and 5 aggressive villagers. Probably trying to find some gold, I wanted to say, but it's a tower there. And Slam is building the counter tower, has enough villagers, should be pretty fine. Villager count 3 higher for Slam here. Not the greatest micro when it comes to villager distribution on the 2 number camps, but that's mainly because he pulled 5 villagers off. And let's take a look of Matthias. She's that forward tower. It looks like just barely out of range, so he will not see that. Tower will go up, although there's a defense tower now by Matthias. Interesting stuff. The tower of Slam should go up a bit earlier though. The villagers have to be pulled. Melkor stays annoying, loses another villager. Trying to go for the repair, needs to jump in. Tough spot here. Slam, can he micro this one back? Looks like yes he can. Incredible stuff. Now both towers going up at the same time. Got through the... Why isn't he committing there with his 2 MDA and the scout? He can just kill the tower. Meanwhile, Slam is 9 villages ahead. Matthias going for a very risky strategy. I'm not 100% sure why he chose this one. The map didn't really indicate that it would be the best thing. That's his gold spot, so he didn't know where the 3rd gold spot of Slam is. Actually, it is hidden behind here. That's something he couldn't know. Now an outpost for Slam, should know when there is another tower coming up, trying to defend, but heavily behind here. 9 villages behind, 5 still in a tower, and Slam is in full control. And to go for the other stone here is Matthias. One of the 2 Irish brothers who played for, I believe, Ireland? UK, or like UK in the Nations Cup, and for USA, and are now not allowed to play for another nation than US of A when it comes to Age of Empires Nations Cup. Fair not playing? Well, I don't think so, but yeah, they aren't streaming. Yeah, that tower of Slam could be pretty ugly. Let's take a look. He only has 2 on wood at the moment, still 5 idle. That's so ugly. And this tower goes up. That's so ugly. Look at that. Now he's going out. Let's take a look if he can repair. Needs to send the army over. It's Slam here. Just repair. Tears over top. Well, that actually helps him now to get the villagers out. But yeah, no more wood income. Could go for another lumber camp over here. Or here at the top. Some options. Ah, nice tower from Tears going up. Walled quite nicely, but well, only having 3 villagers out there means the tower of Slam will go up quite reasonably well. He doesn't have enough. Why couldn't he repair more? There's enough stone and wood. Ah, he wanted to go into the tower, but didn't have enough HP as it seems. Tears resources looking quite healthy. But he needs 2 more buildings, and at the moment only has 2 on wood. So yeah, gold and food won't be the biggest issue, but simply having enough wood to get the buildings up. The market would be pretty nice, could buy himself up, but that's not really an option at the moment. Only 6 villagers behind now at Matthias. Seems like Slam had to idle his CC a bit. We know that Matthias has a wheelbarrow as well. Let's just quickly check if Slam has a... Oh, well, there is the answer. Slam's resources not looking as great, and this looks more of an even game than I actually thought. Why did Slam lose some villagers? He lost some time obviously going forward, but that doesn't mean that he will lose actual villagers in an amount. Is this first round? It's the second round, the round of 16. Looks like the Slam gonna reach top 8. Well, it looks reasonable for him, right? No. Slam scouting that instantly, and well, Matthias trying to scout a bit, but then thinks better of it as well. More outposts here, Slam. Taking note out of the book. Miss MBL here. Now going for the market, rushing it, trying to sell stone, buy wood, and build a blacksmith, I assume. Weird that he runs so far to build a house. Yeah, we can take a look at the brackets after this game. So many outposts. Slam just so active, and yeah, just pulled 3 full HP villagers against Matthias here, but loses sight of those. Now sees 1, but those 2 are still hidden. But he has so many outposts here around. Look at that. He's so aware of all the potential sneaks here. It's so great. And actually, Slam can click up any second here as well. Use the marker, and look at that close time. Only 6 seconds different. 4 more villagers here for Slam. The big question is, oh, trying to wall here. Matthias, oh, that's interesting. Creating an arena for himself. And will kill 1 villager. Let's take a look. The other one, maybe with a hill advantage, could fight down as well. Is there a hill close by? Not really. And Matthias trades 1 for 1. Now can run around. And maybe out micro this scenario. Not really. He's just trying to run. And yeah, that villager is probably safe. Trying to go for another defensive tower here. That's a bit surprising to me, but has mass amounts of stone, so doesn't really need to care about that. Surprising. Look at that. Had only 4 farms and still got enough food in to go to castle age anyways. Not trying to go for the wall here. Slam with the quick walls. And couldn't fight himself out. Maybe should wall himself and build a stable or something. Some options, but he will always be seen. Now realizing, okay, I don't really have the eco. Only 4 farms here. Let's farm a bit more. He's out of stone over here now. The question is, where should he build his castle? Maybe hide it to protect golden farms or something, or build to the front to clear up some of the towers. Those are the 2 most logical options. Slam, meanwhile, is going for a stable attack, as it seems. Villagers chasing each other down, and yeah, he decided to go for the eco protection. Should buy 100 more stone to go for a second castle even, and then go for his mass production of chem archers, which only costs wood and gold. Wanted to check that. I was pretty sure, but And he actually decides to go for a TC. That's a bit surprising to me. I think he should know that he's behind in villagers. Double castle would have been fun, but I also see the reason that TC goal was so bad and that he felt, okay, just get a TC up here and he's fine. Trying to micro that villager, trying to debate the tower fire a bit. He's already very low, thanks to for the 30 biddies, and yeah, the TC will go up. KD very low, 7-2 at the moment, and an aggressive castle by Slam, something I didn't see coming. Let's take a look. Matthias does see it. He has so much stone, but does not have any map control. So the problem at the moment is that, yeah, he cannot really contest that. Will lose the gold, but has a defensive gold, which is protected by the castle, so no problem at all. Shouldn't really finish those walls. Needs to pull the villagers anyways. Slam and meanwhile going for the +3 defense here. Pretty sick stuff, and those camel archers won't perform too well against that. Take a look at the upgrades. Has bought an arrow, needs to pull those villagers. Thought he would pull them a bit earlier. I'm a bit surprised. And look at that, that's 3 villager losses here. 4 villager losses actually. Completely unnecessary if you ask me. Maybe even 5. Not 100% sure if that's a double one. Looks like it. Yeah, so 5 villager losses here. I think he could have gone away with 0. And suddenly he's 10 villagers behind. And lost one over here as well. Ah! Theo's not playing his very best here. Oh god. Oh god. What a misclick. Oh, 1 camel down. Second one very low. Third one very low. Fourth one, 3 HP. Oh boy, that was so brutal. He had so low numbers. Lost to deeply in the red HP. And Slam continuing to tower rush here. Completely abusing his both defensive stone spots. And Slam in full control here. We'll block those farms now as well. And more villagers going down. It's not like Matthias didn't see it. I'm so surprised. Now the camel's coming around. Yeah, the castle should be able to block this. I'm going for a barracks. That's probably to just get a stable out, get bloodlines, get husbandry. Any juicy round 2 results yet? This is the very first game of round 2. It just started 2 days ago. So for now, no juiciness to be seen. Okay, trying to fight himself out. Maybe he thinks, okay, I'm still Berber's. I have a shot. Funnily enough, he's only 5 villagers behind because Slam did play this 1TC for such a long time. And let's take a look at the resources and the production of Slam. It stays on camels out of 1TC, builds a 3rd TC. Where is all his army? Yeah, trying to chase down over here. And now buying some more stone. Looks like he wants to go for a 3rd castle even. I didn't see coming. The monsters now getting husbandry is so important to run away from the camels. Ballistics obviously would be super sexy as well, but yeah. Super expensive upgrade at that point. 58 villagers only. Horse color timing. Who did horse color? But yeah. Yeah, well, if you do tower rush, it's so easy to forget it. The camels cannot really do the damage here. And Matthias, maybe with some camel archers he can do something. Completely counted them out already out of this game. Ah, Slam. Well, he got heavily pressured as well. Do we know if Matthias did horse color at all? Yeah, he has. And let's find out what those camel archers can do. At the same time, oh, Mangonel here by Matthias, and Slam, and for Mangonel as well. Okay. Plus 2 defense, and Matthias needs to run. He cannot fight those camel archers. Already trying to surround him, and yeah, he really needs to gain some ground here. Lamb buying some food and wood. 5 villages difference at the moment. Camel archers not used at all sides. Oh boy, and now running through TC, and yeah, that KD. Look at that KD. I completely neglected that info for all game long. 25-4. And that, for example, was 1 village over here, so he really didn't kill much here. Tears, that is. Sick. Oh. Just increased by 25%. I'm a bit surprised by that castle of Slam. Could have also liked to see it like over here, maybe a bit more over here to protect the other gold as well, but it's still fine. Protecting the main gold pretty nicely. 3 TCs up and running. On the other side we have Matthias having 4 TCs even. But yeah, villager production not as constant here. Slam now trying to get around and get some raids. Trying to control that area as well. Camel archer raid has been stopped in the left hand side. And yeah, heavily housed for quite some time now. Still going to the houses? Yeah, at 3 different spots even. That's still taking some time. And Slam with this way better eco and the Indian bonus. Now going after the employed. 100 food at the moment for Matthias. Will be very tough for him. It doesn't look like he has endless amounts of stone to repair his castle. He cannot kill those 2 castles. I believe if Slam gets his traps out, Matthias will be in a world of trouble. University now, probably expecting ballistics to come out pretty soon, but well, Matthias needs to get more kills than just 1 house. He needs to get into heavy raiding. Some Matthias even going for pikeman. That kind of indicates that he wants to break the castle. No, he doesn't. Interesting. Oh, Matthias putting another castle over here at the hill, but that should easily get trapped by Slam. And yeah, he's not really getting the build kills. Look at that, 41-minute game, and he still only has 6 ridiculously small kills. Oh, Doubt Castle incoming, and that has to be cancelled. Yeah, he cannot take that fight. Needs to run from the convoy as well, get lots of... Lots of losses here. Villagers need to fall back, and guys, I believe Matthias will need to resign this after he sees Slam reaching Imperial Age here. Slam does not want to take the fight. And... well, actually he is kind of engaging towards it. And yeah, Matthias GGing here. Slam, nice defense against those towers. I believe Matthias' aggression there, 1 against 1 tower, wasn't the greatest, because that's the advantage. If you have 1 tower up and you fight 1v1 with 1 covering, you can just take the fight and be in very good terms. And then, yeah, camel archers, left hand side, no control, right hand side didn't do too much, but he was already way too far behind. And Mr. Slam Jam taking the 1-0 lead here. Take a look at the achievements. And yeah, as we said, KD is just super brutal. And eco advantage, a reasonable range for Slam, but yeah, Matthias just lost so many resources in the end, even 2 villages ahead, but it didn't really matter. Then let's take a look at the remaining civs to be chosen, and we don't have Melkor's Berbers anymore as an option, and Lambs, Indians. Well, still so much to go. Double castle drop wins game. Also Melkor showing them no castle. Without castle. Yeah. Lots of potential matchups still to come. I'm expecting Melkor to stay on strong tips. I feel like Magyars, Malay, Ethiopians, Vikings would be my choice, but it's super random. I want to play my Ethiopians against his Burmese, or my Malay against his Burmese, or my Vikings. Or what do I want to have? Well, interesting. There isn't a very good Civ against Britons. Interesting stuff. We'll see what they will go for pretty soon. Six months? Hippo hype. Peacock Rampage. Thank you so much, mate.
6 months. Woo. Hippo hype Nilla sellout.
We didn't use Nearly Sellout in quite some time. Wow, not English from either player? Yeah, and no Malians. That's so weird, right? So weird. Well, maybe you saw it already. Like, it is a bit older, but yeah, you should be happy. You should get pretty happy. And you know who's also happy? Slam! After this first game. Went nicely in his favor. Not too much to think about. Pretty straightforward defense. And then Melkor really screwed up a bit. I think he... Not really sure if his mindset was the best there. But we will see how game number 2 goes. We will now have Slam playing the Burmese. And his map looks tough to judge. Some walls possible, left hand side. Could maybe go for those spots if he scouts them correctly. Not the greatest map, I would say, but certainly I've seen worse. There's a shawfish close to his foragers. That's pretty sweet. And on the other side we have Matthias, who picked the Malay. So let's take a look how he will approach this, if he is playing this more defensively and wants to carry over with his eco advantage, or if he... Oh, Twitch emote. My stats. Oh god. Okay, I've never seen those. That's too confusing for me, guys. And yeah, small pause for now, 348. And yeah, the option of Matthias would be to go for something very aggressive. We will see. Yeah, what emotes did we have that we lost? We had nearly years at one point, right? That's it. And I think we were only like 4 or 5 subs away from another emote as well. I don't even know what to do at the moment. I don't want to really do Nearly King because it won't be used too much. Maybe it's something like Nearly Eat. Because a lot of people are commenting how often I'm eating during the stream.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look. I don't bother. Oh, if there is open at all. I think I will read. Just let me double check if he has a read. Okay, so Slam just paused to see if he could go for a restart, and yeah, he went for it. Gold obviously pretty open, didn't go for the backwoods. I thought about, yeah, if he saw this, yeah, it would have gone a bit better wood. I like his berries here. Needed to walk the right hand side probably and get the resource left hand side, but it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Yeah, we don't need to take a look at those stats. So Slam without a restart now. Still waiting for a cooking stream. Wow, we should really do that, right? And nearly salt is underused. I'm not salty enough. Maybe I should get more salty. I wholeheartedly support nearly eat. Well, what should it do? Like, a hippo and like a huge open mouth and putting a pizza in or something? Something like that, right? Don't get salty. Nearly high. Unlike some nearly salt with my dinner, just as with my here. Don't be salty, be salt marshy. Oh. Guys, I really love how much love you're sharing in the chat there. So many nearly highs, people greeting each other, so many friendly people around. I really couldn't be more happy. That's also something, quick story time, that I felt after my 44-hour stream. Like, I didn't want to have double the amount of viewers at a lot of points because I felt like, okay, I could interact with most of the chat and I know a lot of the people in the chat, and like the reaction after I reached 44 hours was pretty sweet. And for example, if I watch huge streams of other games, you cannot follow anything what they're saying because there are so many people spamming. And yeah, I really liked the size of the people watching, or the amount of people watching during my 44-hour stream. I really enjoyed that because I felt like I could interact and there was a lot going on at the same time. Yeah. So thank you for that, and no potential second restart. So we should jump into game number 2 here. And okay, so we will have next try for Slambemies and Matthias with the melee. Nice amount of wood for him. And of gold, pretty close to that as well. Could push some deer as well. That gold is horribly open. And 2 stones to the left hand side. So Matthias not super happy with that map. Slam will be more happy. Yeah, it is on the hill. That's a bit unfortunate, but still the positioning of wood, berries and gold is pretty sweet for him. I prefer your Discord either to follow that chat. Yeah, it isn't that active, but !Discord could help out to join the community and get some questions answered. Trade empires to poker to life and share some memes. You picked Vikings? Yes, you did. Kind of bloody house. Oh no, I will take that back. Super reasonable. yeah, 2 standard starts, and yeah, the most important decision is coming from Matthias here, and we will have to see what he will be going for as a strategy choice. Let's take a look. Actually, a trash wouldn't be that bad. 2 offensive stone spots. If you can sneak a villager behind here, for example, a tower somewhere here, and put pressure over here. Could be interesting for Slam to defend that, but after that failed tower rush in game 1, as you already can see, he has Swarm Wolves, so that's not going to be an option. You know, why make the wolves hippos and not the boars? Well, if the boars are also hippos, villagers wouldn't survive anything. Like, it would be a hippo attacking, one villager instantly dying. Well, everyone needs to play Spanish then, with supremacy, to have enough HP on the villagers, because hippos are just too mighty. Hi mom, hi YouTube. It's sweet that your mom is also watching. And you don't want to have hippos dead as well. That's true. Oh, not the greatest ball lure. Probably need to kill that straggler here. But yeah, the real answer is someone else did the mod, and he only did it for the wolves. And for the lords. Bloom from Mr. Slam Jam. And this will be... Emirates. Oh, no, that's 2 tiles away. Yeah, that's 1 tile away. Yeah, okay, makes more sense. And it's clicking up at pop 22. On the other side we have Matthias, and yeah, that will be a pretty standard Burmese M&A aggression. 4 on wood here, rest on food. Should be pretty deadly. Let's take a look what Matthias has in store for us. And he seems to be playing this with pop 24. Lots of resources, and that looks like scouts so far. Interesting. Maybe I should go for the mode. Oh god, why is he going for that gold? Oh, I think Matthias is so dead. That's not clever. And only 2 on gold there as well. Doesn't have a barracks yet. Didn't even scout his enemy. Oh, this looks so good for Slam. So good for Slam. He still doesn't have a barracks. There it comes. Look at that horrible timing. Oh boy. And now M&As are coming over. Luckily, Slam isn't doing forward here. Oh, look at that amount of resources there. 400 wood, 200 food. Banking up gold as well. Oh, Slam, can you block this for that long? They're quite far away there. Oh, Matthias trying to go for the crazy walls around and does finish them. Great job. With 40 HP here, 20 HP. Oh, and he starts to. No, that one only has 17, but now he is completing that as well. And yeah, those quick walls luckily save Matthias here. But yeah, the damage output is real, as you can see. 1 villager against 3 M&A there of the Burmese. Yeah, pretty heavy investment. And Slam following it up with double archery range will go for some skirmishes, putting some pressure on that gold spot as well. Archers now coming out to defend, and Matthias with a very scrappy build up here. Did he scout? No, he still doesn't know what Slam is going for. Where? Why is the scout at home? Oh yeah, not very happy. And did he? And he did scout the gold. So I'm surprised that he went for this very aggressive open one, because he will get pressured heavily there. The big problem is that obviously I don't have any excitement in this game anymore. Yeah, because we already got spoiled by the count here. And oh, too much sheep. And pushes he going that way. How much already? Slam scared. Yeah, well, a single tower here could do quite a lot of damage. So I can absolutely see why he is going for that. Archers now minimal damage, but skirmish around. And suddenly Matthias, what does he really have? 3 MA, 2 skirmishes are pretty damn strong. And yeah, he needs to pull his villagers. Just drops the gold, is running back, and doesn't look like he will get fletching pretty soon. Yeah, he's still 3 villagers ahead, but also under a lot of pressure. 3 skirms, 3 archers, 1 scout at the front. Do not use. Look at that! Scouting is just so poor. Running back and forth. Now Slam has the hill advantage here, but that's not really too important, or is it? Well, 4 skirmishes now and going for the early fletching. It looks pretty solid here from Theus. I heard his blacksmith, so I'm surprised that he isn't going for fletching yet. And Slam will have more timing. 23 seconds earlier here, where he can dance around a bit more. Theus needs to go for the house wall here. The low HP villager is microing her back. And looks like a pretty solid hold. Matthias needs to get the upgrade. And what? Slam is still doing quite a lot of reasonable damage. Sending in some more army, but not really sending in. And they, I believe, should focus on the scout here. Scum's going for the archer attack. And this looks pretty solid for Slam. With massive amounts of damage here. And he has to be happy with how this game is going so far. Getting more skirmishes out at home. Very low on gold, because he knows if I just go for skirmishes, I'm in the right spot in this game. And going for more farming, but at the same time, Matthias now ahead by 5 villagers. So I didn't really realize that Slam was hiding his TC so much. Maybe he was rushing to fletching, thought he had a better timing here. In the end, Matthias, with the civilization, looked pretty strong. Then we're going to +1 defense. Obviously not efficient when it comes to skirmishes against skirmishes without any hill advantages. A Hippo now joining the fray as well. And let's take a look. Military count 15 to 10. Maybe Slam can get an advantage in that regard. And 15 to 10 now equalized to, well, getting equalized to 15 to 12, but should get 1 kill. Actually, it's not a kill. That's surprising. And Matthias, well, finally. Now he needs to go back. Jumping on the hill and trying to go for some walls, trying to zone out the map. And there's, whoops, not the greatest micro. Slam going for something. And here's trying to micro back as well. Here's holding on quite nicely. Now 3rd row farm, so that's a bit too much for me, especially because you can still have some 2nd row farms over here. Yeah. Not a big fan. And does he see any better wall potentials here? Well, they aren't great. Trying to go for some houses here without so much himself though. Oh man, getting so many kills here against Slam. What's going on? Oh yo yo, and now Slam is chasing down. Look at that, 21 against 11 military. His micro just superior here, and getting so many kills. What is Matthias doing? Trying to micro back, but if you have so much lower numbers, you can micro as much as you want. Well, that was 2 kills without receiving 1. That's a nice way of coming back, but military count now double for Slam.
Yeah.
Going for the defensive gold finally now. Trying to camp that hill. And Slam trying to go. Oh, even having a scouting sheep, another skirmisher down. And trading 1 for 1. Finally the archer going down. Matthias and Slam both going for the wheelbarrow timing. Matthias still 7 villages ahead. And needs to camp that hill. Slam having the problem of the reinforcement delay, and look at that, 5 villages on stone. Does it mean he will build some aggressive towers? Unlikely. That looks more like a transition into a Ramby, right? I'm a bit surprised that he goes for 5 on stone that early. Would have loved to see him go for more farms. And the run around is real. And Slam, let's take a look. Could get one villager kill here, microing her to the side. And now trying to push again, 25 to 80 military. Slam trying to go for more kills and now toying around with Matthias. Nice stuff here, Slam going back right hand side, moving in left hand side, then again moving back left hand side, moving in right hand side. Beautiful stuff here, really well done by Slam. Super active and oh, I've never seen that emote in the chat. Slam her rumble. Okay. Now finally Matthias gets the idea of splitting his army. Yeah. Should be clicking up pretty soon and we'll have pretty even castle age coming here with Slam. 7 villages ahead, both having wheelbarrow. Somewhat of an even game, I have to say. Well, 7 villages ahead actually means Matthias should be ahead, right? But Slam has map control, he has the aggression, and at the moment it feels like a bit of the better micro, although Matthias is somewhat catching up, isn't screwing up at all. He's so critical of Melkor. Yeah, that's what I felt as well. I misjudged this game quite a bit already here. Now going both for the +1 defense. I was just very surprised because his start was a total screw up, but after that I believe he played this quite solidly. Let's take a look, only one stable. The other side we have Slam going for one stable only as well. Maybe we could see some elephants actually. Elite skirmishes by Matthias, elite skirmishes of Slam should be coming out as well. And we don't see Batcan arrow by Matthias yet, but should be clicking that any second now. Indeed. Scout, mainly for real scouting, not for doing damage. And looks like that knight without going around. Cannot really find any kills. Nice micro by Slam again. 28 to 20. To 20. Sounds solid though. Second stable by Matthias. Interesting stuff. And Slam is indeed going for Rambai. The question is, should Slam now trade off skirms against skirms maybe? Because the Rambis won't perform too well against skirmishes, so if that's what Slam wants to go for, I believe just trading armies would be good for him. Now going for more bad elephants. Let's take a look how Slam will face this aggression. Oh, but without +1 defense, skirmishes actually perform pretty well against knights here. Elephant trying to chase down, and let's remember what's the elephant bonus of the melee. Isn't it the speed? Let me just quickly check. Well, elephants cost 25% less. Okay, so I was wrong. And so they even get outrun by the skirmishes here. Matthias, 8 villages ahead. Let's take a look at his TC count. It's at 2. And he's finally getting all the walls up, so has a nice base for himself. Could go for 1 TC here. And now we can see the battle elephant actually pretty efficient here. He just Khmer. Okay. Looks pretty solid. And now, well, needs to focus down that knight. And yeah, now the big question is how well will Slam control his Rambai. Feels like Melkor is ahead in this one. Army count 18 to 12. TC count pretty soon 3 against 3. But military count, no, villager count 10 ahead. Pretty solid start for him, and maybe he has timing. I'm a bit surprised that Slam is going for the castle at the gold at the frontier. Probably thinks he's somewhat protected by the castle. Defensive gold, maybe something he wants to keep for a bit later. University coming out. Let's look at Matthias. Does he see those Rambis? Seems like no. To continuing to produce some battle elephant, I'm not sure if that would be the right option. And skirmishers, now we will see how much damage they're doing against the Rambai. Sadly, Rambai only have 2 defense armor here against Pierce. So cannot really take a lot of shots. Villager difference is now 8. Slam buying some wood and food. Let's take a look at his eco a bit more. And trying to go aggressively with the siege workshop here now. That's something I like. Against a mass amount of skirmishes. But maybe could think about the addition of some monks as well. Face off or counter those battle elephants. Well, the +1 defense of melee doesn't really make the difference against the Rambai, right? Because percentage-wise the upgrade isn't that strong. Like 18 damage and it gets reduced by 3 instead of by 4. Against the Rambai and Conquistadors the defense upgrade aren't that important. More important against real archers and skirmishers. Melkor playing a lot better this game at least. Yeah, felt a bit shaky at game number 1, and here he had nice defenses all the time. And yeah, Slam I believe couldn't kill a single villager for a very long time. This one is 1 loss yet now for sure. I'm not even sure if that could be the first villager all game long. Those 2 were hurt, but yeah, I believe that could be the first villager kill here. So pretty sweet stuff. Now knights coming over, skirmishers. They're trying to go for some aggression here. And that's a pretty efficient raid. Raid that I didn't see coming really. Sam's resources. Are he looking like he is thinking about going to Imperial Age? And has nice resources. And is already picking up relics, I want to say. Elephants now coming over, and villager count better for Slam Jam. And some kills against the Rambai. Idling the eco quite a bit, but at the same time, nice clear up here against the battle elephant. Skirmishes aren't doing too much. Luckily for Melkor, those knights still don't have the defense upgrades. And the Rambais taking some damage here in range of the TC. Yeah, sniping down some villagers. But yeah, pretty hefty raid on both sides at the moment. But it feels like Slam with 2 Mangonels should get the easy clear up and is up now with 90 villager eco. Let's take a look at the other side. We are looking at 15 food. Aye, Matthias now dropped down to 25 military as well. Is losing more and more villagers. The Rambai is obviously great. If they hit strong. And we're just trying to micro some, going for some walls. And those Rambai will find some more villager kills for themselves. But then probably will die against more coming skirmishers. Take a look at the production. We have 3 archery ranges going for more archers and more skirmishers. The Rambai will die here, maybe get some more kills in the GC. Actually, they're getting out. Well, siege workshop that wasn't necessary, and well, this feels like Matthias will continue a bit against Slam here after he reaches Imperial Age, but not looking great. 80 food. Have a lot of villagers queued up, going for more farms, but his military strength isn't the greatest here as well. Facing 2 Mangonels and his 10 villagers behind. Military count having in his favor though. But this is a very sweet castle, pressuring the main gold spot, opening so many raid possibilities into that TC, right hand side into that stone as well, maybe the woodline in the long run, and yeah, that this isn't stopped. It's just so unfortunate here for Matthias, who is looking quite fine when it comes to gold, but if this one is running dry in 60 gold, he does not have access to this one, and this one is under heavy pressure, so looks very nice here for Slam. And if this castle goes up, I believe we don't even need to see any fights anymore. And it looks pretty solid. Let's take a look at the percentages. Hello Elephant's actually trying to go for the Magnus snipe. Not 100% sure if that's the best option, but he obviously wants to keep his crossmen and skirmishers alive. Slam is pulling those villagers. but one elephant convert there efficiently done by Slam. But 2 elephants already down, make that 3 down, 1 Magno still lives, Trap is out, a lot of skirmishers lost their life here, and the army amount of Matthias pretty soon to be equalized by Matthias. Let's take a look. No, don't build. I'm not even sure where you want to see the castle. Instant on-hit attack here by Slam, that's interesting. And Matthias is, yeah, imping on his main TC, so losing that TC won't be the worst thing ever. Now trying to repair the Magnotes, and Matthias is just very one-dimensional here on Skirmisher, Arbalest, and those onagers will be super deadly, and I feel Matthias might need to tap out pretty soon here. Especially when he sees the onage attack. That could be a big, yeah, demoralizing factor. And for only Skirms now, does not have any gold income anymore. And indeed, GG. He sees no chance. Third castle here. The push is very nicely executed by Slam. Didn't lose a lot of villagers unnecessarily there. Did run around. Did let the castle do the damage. And yeah. Beautiful aggression early on by Slam. Nice early fletching. Everyday aggression there. And Theus didn't really do the damage here. And Slam could do the damage on the other side. Matthias didn't really have the time to go for the clear up. Manual defense was pretty sweet by Slam, and therefore he's leading this one 2-0 already. And in the end, obviously, a lot of villagers died, therefore the KD somewhat better. A lot of skirmishers and crossbowmen died as well. And yeah, just look at the gold difference. It's enormous. I'm even picking up 2 relics, having the Burmese advantage there. Pretty sweet stuff for him, and nice execution, or like nice usage of that bonus by him. And we will take another closer look at the potential civilizations coming up. Both use their first 2 picks here. And I believe Melkor well, needs to go for strong civilizations. I believe he has to go for Ethiopians. And then I would love to see Slam to go for Britons. Probably. What's my green screen doing here? It's drunk. Yeah, I'm predicting Ethiopians versus Britons. Not sure. We will see pretty soon, guys. Guys, you came to the right channel. So, why the tips? Ethiopians is the best civilization for Matthias to the left, and they obviously will go for either M&A aggression into archers or into archers directly. And Britons perform pretty well against that. They will win the crossbowman fight in Castle Age, and they have a nice skirmisher production, nice archers and feudal age production as well. So I feel like Britons kind of outcounted Ethiopians. And yeah, it feels like they thought the same. And maybe Melkor should have, yeah, considered thinking around the corner one more time than he did here. Because I feel Britons have a nice shot here against our Ethiopians. And I think I will just keep them with the colors, right? Like we had before, yeah. Thanks for the clarification, Nearly. You're very welcome. Let's take a look at the maps. We have a very clumped map here. Clumped up map for materials. As you can see, wood, gold, and berries very close together. But, well, where's the next wood line here of materials? Not really around. Look at that north. Far away, and then pretty scrappy, ugly stuff. There's a lot of cliffs and nothing to the left hand side of his TC as well. This could be a map where you could think about calling a restart. Let's take a look at this exploration, and at the moment he only sees that, knows that there's nothing to the left, knows that there are some cliffs, but yeah, he would just go for the re, and I can absolutely understand why.
Killing all Pogshomp Nilly, oh boy.
Okay, it wasn't trolling, but good that we saw it. Otherwise, it would have happened in the intro. So, what I want to say, Niddy, why so quiet? Hype it up. I actually made a hilarious joke, but you didn't hear it. I said, only hyping it up when I feel it, or when I'm getting paid for it. So that was a shocker, and. Yeah. And then OP's message, I accidentally pressed F5 and this bad boy showed up to announce that it has been 4 months, so might as well say happy 4 months during Lobby Simulator, can't wait to see your DM Viking killing all. Well, you don't know what will happen. I love Slam's double castle drop, such a cool strat. Well, the game was already over at that point. And yeah, troll mute. No, it wasn't troll, it was dumbness mute. Okay guys, then let's jump into game number 3. The situation is that we will still have Slam playing the Britons, with the woodline pretty far away, but then has nice clumped up resources here, so just walking to the left hand side over here, and built his archery ranges here, and I think he is in a pretty good situation. Well, a bit exposed here, but unlikely that he will find a sheep in that pond. Yeah, unlucky for him. On the other side, we see Matthäus with a reasonable map as well. Could go for some walls, a defensive tower, and have nice and very nice clumped up map. And as you can see, only sends 3 on wood, I want to say, and now he sends 1 more, and that makes a bit more sense. 4 on wood, 2 on berries, and it's all good. He thinks that was a hilarious joke. Well, the first time I said it, it was. And you know, the power of a hilarious joke is that you don't announce it as a hilarious joke. And, well, that didn't work out this time, did it? I don't expect any more, any less Vikings. Oh, we will see. Okay, then Don, tell me a hilarious joke. By the way, Slam going with the very early rush here. Barracks before Mill. And pressure against Matthäus. Something we don't see too often. And still, I hate that Matthäus is not microing this village over here. And where is the scout of Matthäus? Oh, pushing over deer over here. I kind of am predicting it. Rush FC is not really a strategy anymore, right? We'll see. Looks like M&A for sure. Nice mill placement here, allowing the hunters to a very short distance. And look at that! Matthäus didn't even finish his barracks and already 3 militia coming over. Let's see how Matthäus will react. And yeah, he's playing this defensive M&A. Well, kind of, he has to play a defensive M&A because yeah, he will get pressured quite heavily. Let's take a look what Slam sees. He didn't scout Matthäus yet, but neither did he. And well, actually, Matthäus has quite a nice defensive strategy against what Slam is going for. Because that will be 2 M&A against 3. And well, let's take a look. Third one coming over now. And he doesn't even need to wall here. He can just fight it now, pulling all 4 villages at the same side. That you can fight back a bit better. So wait for the 3rd militia, and then he can, well, kind of go for an engagement if he wants to, but obviously waiting for the M&A upgrade could be pretty nice. Now pulling his scout back and probably then wants to take the engagement. At the same time, Slam with this very early aggression. Is this an FC behind this? Would be so crazy. But maybe it is. Let's take a look. M&A upgrade coming, so now Slam probably will try to find a timing within the next 15 seconds to go for it, to not fight militia against M&A. Let's take a look if he can do it. He just waited a bit for too long, if you ask me. Here's now even taking the high ground as well, and engagement should be coming in now. M&A and if you like Scout against Militia and Dark Age Scout, this should be pretty damn sexy for Matthäus going for, oh, some losses here as well. Didn't go as good as I expected. And let's take a look if Slam, oh, is even taking more damage. He's taking the high ground now though. And 7 HP left on the Scout 2, M&A left. What is Matthäus going for? He doesn't even have a single farm yet. Waiting for horse color, but he should already start farming. As a lot of you guys know, the farm being built by one villager takes the same amount of time as the horse color upgrade. So you just start to build the farm instantly after you click the upgrade. And then you're totally fine and will benefit from the extra food. Did Melkor scout Slam? Yes, he saw something over here earlier on, but doesn't know much about the strategy choice. And let's take a look. It looks like Slam will go for the big walls. Has kind of the eco setup to go into Rush FC here, but already pulled villagers off berries, and I'm expecting that he'll switch it up and play this double archery range defense and no blacksmith. Question if Matthias thinks this could be FC and will try to go forward. At the moment it seems like no, he won't.
Ready.
Yeah, nice quick walls there, and indeed going for the double with axe. Not a lot of villagers on wood though here. Look at that, 6 villagers only on wood. That's not enough for a double archery range production. Villager count that even. Military count 6 to 1 though. But eco should be so much sweeter for Mr. Slamboy. Pulling away some from gold. Doesn't want to go for... Oh, losing a villager there. Something I didn't expect to see. Let's take a look. Slam. We'll just stay on mass guns production. Here's quite nice active approach. Trying to go for some more walls. So only 1 archery range. Going for wheelbarrow now. Like 29 villagers as it seems. A neutrino walks into a bar and asks how much for a drink. Bartender says, for you, no charge.
Ready. Mandato.
Well, what is his answer?
Ready. Ready. Mandato.
Yay.
Oh, Slam even sending 2 villagers back to the mill here. That's something I didn't see coming. But yeah,
Ready.
that he is totally fine with it, and seems like calculated risk.
Ready.
Going to go for some micro materials without matching. Slamming, putting 3 villagers here. That's another move that isn't super standard. Trying to micro down the skirmishes now. Matthias down to 2 skirms, 1 M&A. The M&A will die as well. Yeah, I know, Don. Oh, but... Well... But... He could have just addressed him, like... For you, Mr. No Charge, I will make it no charge. That's what I meant, but, well, was tough. Matthias going for the big walls, now going for blacksmiths. Let's take a look at the resources. Actually, I don't need to look at the resources by Matthias. That will be a pretty solid Castle Age timing. Now switching on to archers already is Mr. Slam. And... oh god, I hope those failed are because something happened in the world and it wasn't because of what I said. Did maybe North Korea declare war or something and that's why everyone is facepalming? Or are you facepalming because of what I said? Would be pretty unlikely, right? Oh, Ethiopian double stable. Interesting stuff. Okay, if I remember correctly, Ethiopians are without bloodlines, right? So, interesting to go for double and also to build it at the front. I thought like building it behind would have been a bit of a better choice, especially because Slam will had to scout active. Winning the fight there with the 7 HP makes, yeah, gives him such a big advantage now because he knows what's up and can defend accordingly. Going for lots of defensive archers here, probably will try to camp this hill. Even building a defensive tower at a point where you very rarely see a tower being built. But probably wants to force fights over here. And Matthias wanting the right chance side off. No chance for those to ever get taken. Nice outpost. And yeah, now we see Tears up. Going for the +2 defense and wheelbarrow that or handcart. That's a bit early as well. Wheelbarrow was early, handcart very early as well. Probably at this point it's more efficient to go for some more villagers, but if you have a lot of floating resources, sometimes that's just okay. Here's 1 skirmisher So all the military count of Matthias now -1 will be his knight count.
Ready.
And at the moment it feels Slam will just hold this hill. And honestly, I believe this will be pretty tough for Matthias without bloodlines.
Ready. Ready.
Feels like Slam could have very strong castle age push here. Early castle age push, Matthias. Going for one extra TC. Maybe an instant offensive siege workshop could have been the answer. Slam not losing his scout here. Or will he? Having to spearman out, and looks like Matthias wants to take the engagement here. Doesn't have the highest one of HP. One more spearman coming over, and well, that's not an efficient trade. 3 knights down. 2 more coming. He's focusing down some of the skirmishes, but well, Slam didn't lose a lot there. Another 2 knights, already losing lots of HP before they actually are fighting. 2 more knights coming over, and Slam just microing this back, and it looks like he has a pretty solid chance of surviving this. Now the beautiful tower placement really comes in place. It also creates a choke. It's quite great for him. Now sending some villagers over into the tower. And the timing of Matthias, he knows he needs to do some damage now, but look at that. Very low on HP here, and now sending more over. And now we will have archers, becoming crossbows, and fletching. Coming Botkin arrow. University as well, and what will be the answer of Matthias? At the moment, more knights. Pikeman upgrade for Slam as well. And building the town center. Interesting spot as well. And yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see another town center over here. And then rush to ballistics. And then looks pretty good for Slam. At the moment, his KD a bit worse. But his military count is just massive at the moment. Also for both of them, remember, villager count, Matthias is handcart ahead. And maybe you can get some big Mangonel shots off, but Slam is one of the very best when it comes to dodging Mangonel shots. So unlikely that we will see that. Take a look, and this is a solid wall off here. So good to have grid mod to see that there's a solid wall off here. And yeah, luckily that actually was, and I don't look foolish. Matthias now needs to pull all his villagers away from gold here. Ballistics on the way for Slam, and he comes this hill and will control the gold and the wood. Matthias luckily can go for the other gold and can go for the other wood, but some Mangonels need to do the damage. But now we get the weird scenario that a Mangonel is actually getting outranged by a crossbow, and just look at that. Taking some guaranteed damage, that's fine. Now going for the repair, or is he? It's just not going there. Knight's coming over, and maybe can take somewhat of an engagement, not 100% sure. But Slam had a beautiful spot here. Oh, is he trying to take the engagement here? Looks like. Some knights. Oh. For some ground attack. Maybe looked. Watched the nearly against T90 dodgeball stream before. Oh, learned some tricks from us. Not sure if handcard is greater bowsaw. Wow, we could do the math for that, right? Handcard is pretty good. Seriously. But bowsaw as well. Handcard's much more. Oh, so yeah, it's much higher cost. Take a look, Mangonels. Are they getting the shots done? Looks like they are. That one is a good one here, indeed. Sweet shot here for Mr. Matthias, and now closing down against all those crossmen. Even microing back as Mangonel knows he cannot really do the damage. Isn't getting the attack upgrade +2, now helping out. And is he trying to get another shot? Yes, he is. What a beautiful clear. And Matthias suddenly turning into a small advantage here. I didn't think that Slam would take such a big hit here. I think he would stay more active, split his skirms around, and try to go for some annoyance against the Mangonels. But he just camped over here, forced some villagers to be idle. And yeah, now got the clear up, and suddenly isn't that far ahead when it comes to the military count. Goes for a stable to clear up some mangonels and continues to pull for some archers. 3 TCs running at the other side. We only have 2 TCs running for Matthias. 2 villagers behind now going for a third TC. But again, it's handcart.
Ready, yay. Ready, yay. Mandatum. Ready.
Ah, no defense upgrade on the crossman as well. I didn't think he would take a fight that early, as it seems. Looks like nearly. Looks like Slam learned micro from nearly NT90. Ah.
Mandatum.
Not funny. Okay, let's take a look. Those Knights trying to snipe on the Magnol. Can he get a shot off? Matthias even trying to go for fletching. Oh, archer transition. Interesting stuff. And we see Matthias just running. No, it's okay. He will snipe that Magnol and I can't do nothing. We just go back. And interesting. 3 archer ranges. And that will be an interesting question. How well those faster shooting crossmen. Now what can Aaron ballistic? So he's really catching up with all the upgrades. Oh, Magnol shot could be huge. Let's take a look. Slam split. Oh boy. And gets it done. And whoo, that was last second. And now Slam has a nice timing. Look at that. 40 military against 19. And that's what we said before. The cast age of the Britons is just so strong, and it's ridiculous how just pick one of the units and give them the bonus of faster production and a single +1 range, and suddenly they become so much stronger. That really shows you how well balanced that game is actually is. That given one bonus to one civilization makes them even feel a bit overpowered. Adding more archer ranges, going for more crossbows, and look at the results of Slam as well. He will, in the 3rd game out of 3, reach Imperial Age before his enemy and will force a lot of pressure onto him. Let's take a look at the resources just quickly. Oh well, we will stay with the Magnol shot potentially. Let's go into the point of view of Slam and how he will try to split this one off. No ground attack, damaging the Magnol, and it's going down. Witcher was sent over, but not in time. I'm going down now, trying to micro uphill here and microing the Knights down. Handcart for Slam. I didn't have a monastery for quite some time. Now all the Knights are down. Let's take a look. Trying to go for the splits again. Oh my god! What an incredible shot! Oh boy. How did I not see that coming? I was so sure he would out micro that. But Slam totally screw up, and Matthias with one big shot completely demolishing the whole ego. Matthias just quickly behind an Imperial Age, and suddenly we have an open game again. Matthias ahead when it comes to the workers. Military, yeah, he's a bit behind, but wow, if we got into Onager Arbalest tech, not too sure if Slam, which is not super Slam on point micro today, yeah, can really counter that. Oh, what a sick shot. I absolutely did not see that one coming. What are the workers? I mean, villagers. And Matthias is 6 ahead. For Ram. Oh, Matthias cannot really take those engagement, can he? Mangonel from the side, Slam. Hold up Mangonel. Oh, now I'm fearing a lot. And that's another big shot! That's another big shot! What is happening here today? What is happening here today? How is Slam eating shot after shot? I've never seen Slam eat so many shots in a month like he's doing in this single game. This is incredible. Slam throw if I've ever seen one. Everyone knew he would struggle eventually in this tournament, but everyone else thought, okay, maybe it's quarterfinals, maybe it's semifinals, but already round of 16, one of the biggest screw-ups. Slam! Aggressive castle. Now going back. Is he maybe able to throw this whole series if Matthias is getting his ego up after 2 unfortunate games? Horrible game number 1 by him and, well, some screw-ups in game number 2 as well. Now finally playing to his full potential and Slam going for a lot of slam throws. Abel's out of position here by Matthias. And yeah, the 10 range though, still pretty ugly and, well, he needs to go for a lot of rams here to really counter the Britons. Maybe switching to some skirmishes could be an option. But not really playing to the strengths of the civilization here by Matthias, obviously. Now trying to micro in. The faster firing rate really helping out, but the castle will go up. 27%. He took some reasonable trades against all the obelisks, but obviously now with his retreat means Sealot will lose all his obelisks as well. With all those arrows flying out here. And wow. Military count 24 to 9. Now kept rams for Slam as well. Here's buying some food. I'm going for more and more siege workshops. Take a look, Slam trying to sneak around and is going for the castle at this side now as another try. No one going for relics yet, is something I want to say, but actually Slam already has one out and is going for more. I like that. Thinking about the long run here. Matthias is barely getting this tower up. But it's quite good stuff. Skirmishes now, trying to go for some engagement. Tower helping out a bit. And Slam is microing that quite heavily. Not 100% sure if the retreat could have been the better option. Siege ram upgrade now for Matthias. And this will be interesting. Lots of Arbeles going down. Yeah, he killed all the skirmishes as well. But was that really worth it? I'm not 100% sure. Need to go for the quick wall behind this. And yeah, seems like the skirmishes are now doing the clear up here. Tower still helping out. Obviously, Matthias has ballistics here. Going for some more villager kills. And at the front, we lost that GC, but not important because he replenished that mining camp. And Slam going for mass castles here, but well, mass castles won't perform too well against mass ram skirmishes. This is pure Britons. And I believe this will be clear of the left hand side. And yeah, because of what I said, Slam knows the same and is now going for the Cavalier switch, but he only has one stable at this moment. Rams coming out and those villagers will need to fight against those rams, and they are going to the front. Skirmishes and Arbeles coming around. Those villagers will lose their lives. Still only one stable, now going for more, but they could be late. Let's take a look, rams, and building some patterns, trying to defend against the castles here. Going for more villagers, let's take a look how the patterns, trying to run around and do some damage against the siege rams here. And this still feels like one castle will go down for sure. Arbeles going down over here as well. And the most important thing will be how will the Cavalier switch really perform. It's not like he has endless amounts of gold. One castle down, second castle under heavy threat, and now we see Matthias adding more archery range. You see maybe switching into Arbeles, and then suddenly Ethiopian Arbeles against Britain's Cavaliers. I'll leave it, that's a mind game that Slam clearly lost if we get into that scenario. And yeah, Matthias still has some Arbeles. The amount of skirmishes are pretty low for Matthias though. I want to see him take that hill, going for some more kills. And yeah, the problem is lots of unfortunate wood lines here for Matthias, trying to go for the defensive castle. I like that positioning, not your typical one, but well, protecting the wood line quite nicely. I don't think that Matthias isn't going for a lot of gold at the moment. Oh, that's a castle that could just instantly go down. I'm quite surprised that he's building another one over there. Obviously wants to pressure that gold spot, so I like that idea, but well, shouldn't the castle more in the back be a bit better, because rams can just come over. Take a look, Cavalier count looking quite nicely though. And obviously Matthias still has no idea about the switch and is now coming over. Military count is 48 to 34. If Matthias is losing all his skirmishes, his Arbalest could be exposed if Slam is taking a good fight here. And it looks like for now he is. Maybe he can't find the timing to clear Matthias here. He needs to fall back. Yeah, he will lose some villagers. That castle will go up in the long run. Matthias needs to regroup and build up a strong army. Skirmishes against the Arbalest. Arbalest himself against the Cavaliers. For now, microing some. Ram still at the front. Nice efficient stuff as well. And as you can see, Slam now completely focusing on this one attack here. He is ahead by 50 military, closing down the distance. Ram at the front, taking quite a lot of damage. Cavaliers are in the very intense part here of the production of Matthias. He needs to run back. At the moment, it feels like only Ram from Matthias left. Where is all his army? Let's take a look at the mini-map. We were in the point of view of Matthias. Where is all his army? At the moment, some skirmishes over here, but that's it. Some scrapped around. And this looks like maybe, just maybe, Slam could have found the timing to kill all the skirmishers, kill all the Arbalists here. Suddenly, he is 20 pop ahead, Traps pushing forward, and he is building another castle. This seems like we didn't have enough army from Matthias at the right places, and Slam found the timing. He was behind the military, he was behind the militaries, but military count was so superior for him, and those Cavaliers were so strong. All the Rams going down, Harbinger switch came a bit late, and Slam with his Arbalest just still did too much damage here. Matthias needed to play, or couldn't really set back well enough, couldn't go for his Ram composition, couldn't go for his SO Arbalest. He only was a pop 150 and got pushed in his production so nicely. And Slam with all the map control. Look at that, left hand side he's active. He lost some castles over here, but only with some losses here for Matthias as well. And now Slam can just kill all the units without really fighting back. Matthias still trying to hold on. Obviously, if he loses that game, he is out of the tournament. And Slam would get some prize money because he made it into top 8. He's now trying to switch into Harbiers and go for the defense upgrade. I don't really see that happening. Right at the right hand side, Matthias not getting the walls in time, and those Arbalists are so deadly as well. Just a small group, but Matthias doesn't really have the army to send it over. It will take quite some time and so many villagers will die. Yeah, he needs to pull them off, and indeed Matthias is realizing it's not looking great, and Slam takes a very convincing 3-0 and therefore goes 6-0 in this tournament. And yeah, we will take a look at the brackets pretty soon to see who he faces and how his path looks. Now, achievements. Slam, obviously with a great KD, although he ate a lot of shots there, but yeah, as I said before, Ethiopians probably the strongest civilization by Matthias left, but Britain's a very strong counter against them. So nice, smart pick there by Slam, if he thought that way. Congratulations to Slam, to a very great series with Melkor. After beating